Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's up?
I'll tell you what's up.
Tell me what's up.
Today, we're going semi back to the roots.
Ooh.
I know the roots is the white monster, but you know me, I've been experimenting with the Red Bull, with the other stuff. Love Red Bull.
I don't need to hear about your experimentation. I'll be honest with you.
You put me onto the orange as well.
Yeah, it's my second favorite for sure.
I think it's a better taste than the white, but it's almost like a dessert taste.
It's a little more mellow and it's a little more sweet.
It's definitely more sweet. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you don't want to do the orange every time. The white is like you just bang that out. That's nice.
The white to me is like pure jet fuel. You know what I mean? Right into my grumble. Yeah. It's good. Like that's what you need when you need a pep in your step. The orange is like you just sip that casually over ice in the evening. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Try the pink.
It's like a little creamsicle. You like creamsicles?
I do like creamsicles.
I love a good creamsicle, dude.
Do you remember those candies? They're not candy. Maybe they're candies. It's like an orange and white swirl. It's a little gumdrop looking thing. It's orange and white swirl.
No.
Come on, dude. Hey, can you find
a candy guy?
Google, please?
Is it a hard candy or a chewy candy?
It's a hard candy that you put in the cheek and it shrinks because it dissolves.
Was that a life? I believe I do know what you're talking about. It was like a lifesaver, wasn't it?
It's not a lifesaver. Just find it for
me. Cream savers.
I know all about the cream saver. Yeah, that's nice. They did have a creamsicle-y type vibe to them. Yeah, they were good.
These bad boys.
That's the one, dude. Cream saver.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about.
Save the day.
I don't think they had that as a.
I thought that was their jingle.
Probably not.
Oh, all right.
I like it though.
Well,
reach out, pitch it.
I'll pitch it.
We might have a new client. Dude, is what it is.
How cool of a job would that be?
Jingles?
If like, not jingles. Jingles.
I'd love to do jingles, dude.
Jingles, sure, but AI is
kill the jingle.
That.
Yeah, that's true.
I know you would. I'm saying the guy that goes in. You've watched Mad Men. The guy that goes in. The agency that goes in to the room and pitches the build that they want to do.
Yeah.
It doesn't even work like that nowadays.
No.
It's like, send your idea to the company. If it works, we'll give you a deposit, whatever. It's like, where's the...
There's agencies out there that still do it that way. I mean, Alex worked for one recently that's like very, very reminiscent of the old way of doing things, and it benefits them. So I like it. I like it. I mean, I feel like coming up with creative and copy is like something that I'm really good at, and I could see myself like having had that job if I had to have like a normal job, you know,
normal job.
I definitely don't got a normal job.
Compared to your job, that is a normal job.
Yeah, that's you're right. On the grand scheme of normal jobs, it's not that normal, but to me, that's some normie shit. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm an outlier. I always have been. Just look at me.
Oh, jeez.
How's that tasting?
That was my college major, by the way. I was
an outlier.
Trying to go to cop. No, yeah, an outlier.
I think they call that remedial. No.
Yeah, it was marketing with a concentration in advertising.
So crazy that's a degree.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, totally worthless. I don't do anything.
Marketing.
Useless piece of paper.
That's cool. I got a couple of those.
Most of them are, dude.
Yeah.
Most of them are.
It's what it is.
I'll tell you what, dude. Whenever I talk to people about college, I let them know how I feel, and I'm not going to, share that with you guys. I'm sure you know how I feel about it, but I don't say me going to college was a waste. However, that's not because of the piece of paper I got.
No.
It's because of the skills, the navigating the community, getting people to work together, getting some people to do stuff for you, just navigating that world.
Yeah, it's the life skills you get along the way. That is the valuable part for sure.
Yep. So I think I got even better because I did 2 years at county and then 2 years at a real 4-year. So I saw both. You know what I'm saying?
Sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're like an engineer or a doctor, right, or something in the sciences or law, then it's pretty important that you pay attention. But
correct. Well, I mean, you don't necessarily need law school to be a lawyer. You just have to pass the bar.
Yeah. True.
So, fair.
I would argue the best lawyers probably learn a little bit about the law before they practice, but just like I would want my doctors to know about medicine before they practice medicine in the same respect. But I get what you're saying. You technically don't.
Yeah, and they have to continue to be updated on the standard of care.
Continuing education is a complete joke, and it's the number one reason why I always suggest going with a younger physician. Just a little MSTV PSA.
I'll take them in the middle.
Yeah, the middle's good.
I want a little bit of
the middle's
wisdom.
good. The experience, don't take them fresh. Not super fresh, but
nope.
Somewhere in the middle is really good.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Should I dump this doctor who's telling me to put leeches on me all the time? Is that what you're saying? Is that out of date?
Nah, bloodletting's lit. Let it ride.
Sometimes it's not out of date. Sometimes you have other conditions where the only way we could even try something is bloodletting.
And we're gonna need to put a leech right on your gooch. It matters where.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
science, dude.
Anyway, did we ask each other how we're doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm real good. Yeah, I had a very busy day, but it was good. I got a lot of work done. Got a good workout in. Productive day. Excited to get back to streaming. I just feel like, Gamers Outreach over this past weekend was phenomenal. I know Abe was probably gonna give me a shout on that front, but
you're good.
The weekend was 10 out of 10. It was an all-time high for Gamers for Giving. When they hit 1.3 mil, it was an all-time record, and they went on to hit like 1.75.
Damn!
Incredible. So yeah, they crushed it. They crushed it by more than the first goal I ever attended for. So
really?
Yeah, I think the very first weekend I did in person, the goal was like 300K. And so they beat their previous record by more than that this year, which is just crazy.
Good for them, dude.
Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, it's great for the kids, and it really does greenlight a lot of things that they had planned and wanted to do this year, and really just like, all those switches flip when they hit their objective for GFG, which kind of just like sets the bar for the year. So very exciting. It's going to be a good year for Gamers Outreach. I got some fun stuff planned. We're going to be heading out to a children's hospital and doing some in-person cart deliveries. I'm very pogged up about. I think I'm also going to pitch them on you coming with me if you're into it. It's up in your neck of the woods.
I'm into. Oh, is it really?
Yeah, we're gonna. It's a children's hospital in New York City, so kind of your neck of the woods. But
dude,
yeah,
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
So I think that'd be really nice. And I think we could make something really nice. A little new cookie in the jar, new piece of content.
New cookie in the jar would be fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we've been playing the same video from cart donations for the last 7 years.
Of you getting fucking smoked by that kid in Rocket League.
I don't know why he was gonna bring that up. Why's that got to be what the video is about for you?
Crazy though. Did you know you were about to get smoked by that kid, or did you say I gotta do it, or did you think you were actually good? Because sometimes when we play, you think you're good, and it's like I wonder. I'm like, is this an act or is he delusional? I worry about you sometimes.
Listen, Slum, you're worse off than most of the kids in that hospital, so I gotta let you win. You know what I mean?
On multiple fronts, or the Rocket League front?
A lot of fronts. Yeah, a lot of fronts. I meant, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, the weekend was great, but also we played some things that like aren't like what I've been playing. We played a new game this past weekend called Wildgate, and I don't know. I'm itching to play some other games. I just feel like I haven't gotten normal streaming in, so I'm like really amped up to get after it tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, I'm glad to have you back. Abe, how about you, dude?
Doing great. Can't complain. I want to shout out though to the community too, and what Mark did. I mean, I have it at the tweet up here. Community total $278,292 raised by the community for Gamers Outreach. Just incredible work. Really good cause. Really great stuff. Awesome job this past weekend. I mean, 14,000 plus, I think 4 carts, right? Mark was the amount raised. So just awesome job. Everyone that tuned in, that donated. It was a fun time. The games were fun. The mood was great. So I had a great time for the limited time I could be there. And the community did a great job. So shout out to everybody.
Dude.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of impact in just us and our small corner of the internet.
I know, but soon enough, we'll be able to be like, all right, guys, it's charity. Get them to raise $1 million, and then we just disappear.
Ah,
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say that out loud?
You're not supposed to say that part out loud, Sloan. What
yeah.
are we doing here?
No, as I said last episode, dude, Gamers for Outreach, solid freaking charity. Not many out there. And keep it a bean. Not many solid charities out there. Gamers Outreach, great charity, and they are upgrading their stuff every time I see their
they had
website.
the new carts out on the floor
Yeah,
when we were there, and they look really nice. So
yeah, it's amazing.
Real nice modular Johns. We'll build a few of them together, hopefully.
I mean, I have literally right here. I don't know if you guys can't see it because we're in a different view, but this is my mouse pad. It's Gamers Outreach.
That's nice.
Always putting love on for the Gamers Outreach crew. Good work, dude. I'm happy to have you back. And holy crap, the community went ham.
Yep.
Amazing. Dude, blown away, man. Good job. And for the community, shout out to the community, man. Great freaking work. All right. Well, on that high note, what do you say we jump in?
We got it.
Sounds good. Well, so I don't know if the gamers are upset, if they're angry, if they're happy. I don't really know where to take with this. And this is actually revealed during the stream this past weekend for Gamers Outreach. But there's a new Bungie game coming to town. And Bungie is jumping into the extraction shooter arena here. Specifically, they're also combining it with the hero shooter arena. So very, very odd combo. But the game's called Marathon, and they had a reveal this past weekend, as well as some of the alpha playtest reveal of what some streamers and things that they've invited in to play the game and their thoughts. We also do have a trailer that we could put up in the background here for Marathon. I'll just throw this up here.
Bungie is Halo, right?
Bungie is Halo.
Yes. And
Destiny.
And the Destiny series games.
Okay.
Now, the internet's reaction so far to Marathon, I don't know if you guys want any sound with this or not, but
no.
I can't tell if everybody thinks this thing's dead on arrival, thinks it's going to be good, excited for it. They hate the graphics, they love the graphics. They hate the concept, they love the concept. So I figured it would be best to just kind of pit it over to Mark and see what he thinks about what he's heard about the game and the stuff that he's seen so far.
Yeah, I think if I had to summarize the internet's thoughts and feelings, the only positivity that I've seen that come out of this is the people who are liking the art style. That's really the only positive comment I've seen around the internet. There are plenty of people whose only negative comments are about the art style. Hate it or love it, it doesn't really matter. I think it's just such a weird surface level thing to be like zoned in on when it comes to the fact that we actually saw gameplay. I don't see anyone shouting out the gameplay or different aspects of it and thinking, yeah, this looks really good and fun to play. I'm not seeing that.
Where's the gameplay?
I'll bring that up right now. So
Okay.
I have that as well here. So
yeah, my own 2 cents is when it comes to the graphic side of things, when you have a particular art style that is a little more basic, right? It's an art style that has a lot less detail to it. It's very blocky, and they do this on purpose because I think like to an extent it's in. I think that there are a lot of projects that are very successful that kind of follow this path. But one of the biggest advantages is obviously the optimization of the game. When you don't have tons of like random foliage and detail all over the place, and things are like big, like single block images and single color, and it makes a huge difference for the way the game runs graphically on individual PCs, and it also makes a huge difference for the way that it transcodes for streaming. And it makes for a smoother, clearer, easier to see situation. And honestly, I think that sometimes gameplay can be more competitive as a result of that, right? If there's not a ton of visual occlusion. The problem is that they've simultaneously packed this, and you'll see a lot of different particle effects that happen a lot with the gunplay. And there's a lot of visual obstruction at the point of contact And so when you're shooting your gun, I noticed that a lot of these characters are literally losing their target beyond the sight due to the muzzle flash and the things that are like, and the projectiles that are coming out of the gun. And I think that that's probably a poor choice. I see multiple other like specific gameplay poor choices that I think will have a negative impact on the game and its success. The gameplay looks like it plays and feels a lot like Apex. Visually, you know, there's some similarities to the Cycle Frontier. I think especially once people saw like the drop ships in game, they were like, oh yeah, this must be a Cycle Frontier kind of clone. People saw that success, blah blah blah. I think they're definitely going to do their own thing. I think that this game can be fun. And I'm hoping that the way that they showed off the highlights from their gameplay only made it seem very hyper fast paced. Because if it actually plays like that, it's not going to fit the mold for extraction shooter that people want. People want their decisions to really make a difference. They like the difference between like really hectic, chaotic combat and some chill time, and being able to choose kind of back and forth, or not being able to choose, and that flipping that switch is part of what makes it so enjoyable to play, right? And I think it also makes it particularly enjoyable to stream, and this has been the case ever since, you know, DayZ standalone. It's like you have these like really, really high pressure moments that you have to clutch up during, and then it's back to just kind of chilling. It's that back and forth that makes a really interesting experience, right? With climbing action. The biggest place where they very blatantly drop the ball is coming out and saying that they are not going to feature VoIP in their game.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
In an extraction shooter, Slum.
Are you kidding?
The internet thinks they must be kidding too. And it's the number one reason why most creators came out and said, oh, so your game's dead on arrival. And I don't blame them. I think very similarly. I think like it takes so little to provide a good experience for an extraction shooter, and so few people can do it. Of all people with their resources, how do they not land on the fact that all you need is good gameplay and VoIP? If you have good gunplay and VoIP, you have a game that's worth playing for like 90% of streamers, right? Which is a huge funnel.
Are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Are you telling me that being able to talk to players is a crucial part of a video game?
I guess they only want you to interact with the people in your Discord call. You've seen the people in my Discord calls. I don't even like half of them.
No, that's terrible.
Nah, Abe's in there, bro. It's gonna be bad, man.
I'm just curious. I don't get how people don't understand. Why? Like, let's just act like there's capable and competent people making these games, because look, they're making good looking stuff, very, very competent. What's another reason why they don't put it in?
Toxic communities.
That was is
the number one cited reason, at least.
That's what they cited. Toxicity, Slum.
The risk. So they said risk versus reward. It ain't worth it. Incorrect.
Especially in the age of AI.
Incorrect. Oh my gosh.
You can filter every single thing that people say through their in-game VoIP into the game, and literally like ping people for breaking TOS, for any kind of slur that they're throwing around in game. And you can have all of that be automated. It doesn't take anything beyond like the initial setup. And like we live in that world right now. Games have had this for forever, right? Some to like much, much more widespread extent, right? Like H1Z1, you could shit talk each other back and forth while one person's dead on the ground, the other person's a teabag in your body.
It's the best.
It was the best. It was the best time. If you look back and ask people what was the best content, period, ever on Twitch, 95% of them will say the H1Z1 period, for sure. Like that era was just magic. And that I genuinely believe it was that communication back and forth that made it that way. And because it was just great content, man, it was just like, it was such a great platform. VRs were new-ish to most people, unless you were an Arma gamer like myself. And it just felt good. It felt fresh. And you had that social component and taking that away from the experience in 2025, given all we know and the tools that we have, is just negligent. And I genuinely can't wrap my head around it. Shame on Bungie.
It's literally an incorrect. It's a miscalculation.
100%.
You're making a miscalculation by not having VoIP in your game. Dude, that's literally the only thing. You can have procedurally generated worlds, all that shit, but it's not changing the stuff, truly. The one thing that you can't program, that will always change, that will never get stale, is the communication with people that are trying to kill you or trying to manipulate you or trying to whatever. The communication, the VoIP, is the
permanently
one thing.
Fresh content. 100%.
It's always fresh.
Yep.
Why what a miscalculation on Bungie, dude.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see.
Maybe they're trolling.
They're not. But it'll be interesting to see if they roll it back. You know, I think it's possible, right? That they are like, yeah, maybe we were wrong. Because at the end of the day, they want to make money. If they feel like this is going to impact their bottom line, then they will consider at least, you know, changing their stance. But this it's a huge red flag, right? It's just a huge red flag.
Yeah.
That they just are completely disconnected. Yet again, another company just not understanding what it's going to take to make a game that means a lot in this genre. And
but they might. You guys are saying they might understand, and someone above them is just weighing the risk, and they're deciding the risk isn't worth it. So like, it might be out of their hands. Unfortunately, they might also be like, "What? You're killing us, dude. You're killing us by not letting us put VoIP in this." They might understand.
Yeah, maybe
100%.
It's still like it's the people at the top's job to put the person in charge that's going to, you know, be the executive producer
Sure.
or creative director that decides these things. And good ones listen to their, you know, dev team, and hopefully it all works as like one big collaborative unit. Perfect world scenario, right? But it's like I'm not when I shit talk a developer for being negligent. I'm obviously not talking about the devs. I'm talking about the people who actually get to make these decisions. And so far, they're idiots.
And then I have I have a bold take. Maybe it's a bold take. I don't think this does anything for games. These like movie type trailers. There's so much effort put into this shit that it's like, bro, you should have just put more effort into the video game.
Yeah, it's really not the same people working on this kind of thing. Like people get brought in specifically for like the cinematic
budget,
side. Yeah, I mean it's definitely a budgetary consideration. You have to be able to sell the game. I'm not going to get mad at anyone for making a cinematic trailer. I think it does get a lot of people hype. You know, there's plenty of gamers that only want to see gameplay trailers, but I'm never going to hold it against like a marketing team for making a cinematic trailer. I think they can be really good, and they're obviously really powerful tools, right? If they didn't sell games, then people wouldn't make them.
What they do with these too is they, especially in this type of, remember this is a hero shooter in addition to an extraction shooter,
right?
Their goal is to get you to buy into these characters, enjoy these characters enough that you'll invest further dollars into buying skins.
Yeah, one thing that really is concerning is the fact that they've obviously made a ton of choices for future monetization rather than gameplay. And you don't even have a game yet. You don't even have a popular game. No one's enjoying your product yet. And it's so clear that monetization is at the forefront of a lot of in-game decisions based on what I saw in the gameplay. And that's just really disappointing, but to be expected, unfortunately, is that level of disappointment. So.
Bungie. Dare I say one-hit wonders? Was Destiny a thing or not?
Destiny 1 was good. I think most people who played it had a pretty good time. It was pretty innovative at the time. Destiny 2 is mostly a clusterfuck as far as I'm concerned. Some people enjoyed it, but I think, they proved that they gave way more of a shit about just farming people for money than creating good content during that period. So. Unlucky, but
unlucky.
One other thing I'll bring up too, Mark, quickly too, just during the reveal, they did announce that they were going to be giving out alpha keys, and I believe they gave some to you to give away during your stream. Only one problem with that. Cool concept. Great that they want to do that. They're not actually alpha keys.
Nope.
Everybody that redeemed it was then entered into a drawing to potentially get into the alpha eventually.
They sure made it seem like it was access.
The bait and switch?
Yeah, they baited and switched everybody, and they got creators to be complicit in all of it by like obfuscating the truth behind what they were actually giving away. Yeah, I mean, and that's the level of scum that I've come to see with Bungie for quite some time. So it's shit. Definitely doesn't sow any sort of goodwill. And your game's not even out yet. No one's ever played it. So good stuff, guys.
Fucking Bungie, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Before we move on to the next topic, I just want to ask the live viewers right now, would you kindly share, if you're having a good time, share the podcast. Throw it to the people in your Discord DMs. I appreciate it. What else we got, boys?
All right, well, let's keep it on the topic of big developers that used to be great. Bethesda. There was a big leak this past week about the Oblivion remaster. So Elder Scrolls Oblivion. It was revealed that it's actually likely coming out the week of April 21st. So that's they're calling it shadow dropping, but this is based off of leaks that occurred. I don't know if Bethesda just needs money and they're just tired of remastering things in Skyrim or whatever it's going to be. I know Oblivion was probably the best of the Elder Scrolls games, in my opinion, that I played. Skyrim was great. Oblivion was a little bit better. It was just older. So I guess there's some hype around this, but I don't know. It just seems like a desperate thing to do by a desperate company.
What are they? It's just a remastered Oblivion.
Yes.
That's it.
It is the Elder Scrolls Oblivion with blocking inspired by Souls-like games, new sneak icons highlighted, stamina systems have been modified, the HUD has been changed, hit reactions added, and archery has been overhauled. And then obviously there's remastered graphics.
I don't know, man. Like if you're getting feedback that says, there's interest out there for it, sure. It probably shouldn't be their main priority. You know what I mean? Like they should probably be making a good game. But I remember when I used to watch my brother play video games, I remember the Skyrim logo. And if I saw correctly, like that was a gigantic game for at least console players, because everyone was talking about Skyrim. These guys, Bethesda, what else do they have? They have Oblivion. Do they have anything else?
Their other main IP is Fallout.
Fallout's decent.
And they also did the Starfield dog shit game.
Yeah, is it Starfield or is that no?
Yeah, so my thoughts are this. The only reason people gave a shit about Skyrim or you saw a bunch of Skyrim content is strictly because of how good Oblivion was. Oblivion's one of the greatest games of all time. It's a defining moment for most PC gamers. There's PC games that you play and, kind of like my go-to story about how I played OOT on N64 and thought, I'm playing games forever. Oblivion was that for a lot of people. And I remember coming out of the prison system at the beginning of the game, and you come out into the world and you start looking around, and that shit blew my mind at the time. It was so far ahead of everything. And the entire game was a magical experience. Can't say enough nice things about it. And I think this is like pretty much the entirety of the gaming community is all on board there. It kicked ass. And so if they're gonna remaster something, I think this is great. I think it definitely shows some good faith. I think if they do a good job remastering it, then I think people will be really stoked to pay whatever they're going to pay for it. And it's like a happy transaction between, producer and consumer. I think that's great. They need the goodwill. They need to show that they're capable of putting something good out, and they might as well go back to an old project and make it look nice. Because what they've put out that's actually new content, like Starfield, has been awful. Genuinely awful. Just super, super lazy, phoned in BS with a bunch of repetitive stuff that is just not what people are looking for. And there's some complacency out there, and people are like, "Yeah, man, the game was pretty good." It was the same copy pasted bullshit everywhere throughout the entire game. And that's just how they continue to bolster their bottom line, right? By repeating stuff as much as possible without really producing any like meaningful content. It'll be very interesting to see when the next Elder Scrolls comes out. Something tells me that this specifically is a telltale sign that it's going to be a while. So they've had one in the works. Skyrim came out 11/11/11, and they haven't released an Elder Scrolls title since. So that's 14 years ago.
God.
And it's announced, and it's coming eventually. But this tells me that, I'm not saying that it's the same people that are working on this project that are working on the other one. I think this is a bit of a stopgap to, I don't know, not only like get people amped up, sow a little Bethesda goodwill, but also kind of stall. I think it's a little bit of all three of those things. And I'm not saying it's like the worst idea in the world. I think like I would definitely consider jumping in there for a stream just for like the nostalgia's sake. I think we could have a fun time doing that for a day or two. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say on this topic. I think if people wanted it, I mean, what's the community saying about this, Abe? Is there backlash?
Well, I mean, I think people are genuinely excited about the fact that, once again, and I think Mark did a good job describing that, but this was a very good video game. This is a fantastic video game. It's probably one of the best games that Bethesda has ever made.
Well, it's a good point. Technically, Oblivion was made by it was only published by Bethesda. It was developed by I'm just mind farting on the actual name, and I'm sure you can look it up, Abe. But
yeah.
It was developed by someone else. Oh, okay. Shout out to Chess. What do they develop games now, Bethesda, or are they still just a publisher?
No, they
getting conflicting info. It says developed by Bethesda Game Studios and co-published by Bethesda Softworks and 2K Games.
You got to look at Bethesda Game Studios, not Bethesda Game Works, says Chess. I think Chess knows.
Previously Bethesda Softworks and is now a reorganized subsidiary of ZeniMax Media.
Sorry, yeah, I'm thinking of Obsidian, who specifically made New Vegas, where Bethesda was only the publisher of it. Yeah, it does look like there are two different like Bethesda-based studios there. Interesting. I don't really know like what remnant of what still exists to this day. But yeah, definitely there have been times in the past where Bethesda is getting the credit for literally someone else's deving. And like it kind of like goes in there like, I don't know, I think it's a gem, it's like a feather in their cap, right? And it wasn't actually them. And I think when it's actually them, I'm pretty sure Obsidian had nothing to do with like Fallout 4, for example. And to me, that was like a significant downgrade to what used to be, right? Which was developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. So that was all them.
They're also getting that Amazon money from having that show on. I'm gonna assume.
I'll be honest, as much as I want to hate Bethesda, whoever's in charge of like adapting that show, whoever like from Bethesda is making sure everything is hunky dory, is kicking ass, because that show rules, man.
I liked it. It
was really good. They did a really good job with it. It's like a very fun time. I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think it's got a little something in there for everyone. It's a good show.
It is a good show.
But I haven't seen Bethesda make a good game in a long ass time. I'm gonna go out and say that for sure. So again, I'm down for Oblivion. I love Oblivion. I'll probably check it out. But yeah, seems like a bit of a stopgap for the next Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay, well, let's see what comes. Let's see what they got coming in the future. I'm sure the people who are enjoying this are buying it and I don't think this is something negative for them to do. It's kind of a neutral thing. You know what I mean? It's not going to harm anything, but it ain't putting you back in front of the game. So this is a neutral. This is a lateral move for them. Nothing crazy going on here. All right, what else we got?
All right, so this is a quick hitter, but this is too eye-popping of a story to pass over. So the popular podcast H3, starring Ethan Klein, they had a caller who called into the podcast recently, and I think his name was Typo is what he went by. Yeah, Typo was the name of the caller. But he called in because he had a very rare genetic disorder. Essentially, there's these things called telomeres that are protective structures that are on the ends of your chromosomes, and they're there to help prevent the chromosomes from unraveling or getting intertwined with each other. And typically, they're very long. So it was described as like the cap on the end of your shoelace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the telomeres are. This person was born with very shortened telomeres for some reason that's caused him a litany of medical issues. He was originally diagnosed with cancer of different types and stage 4 cancers of different types, and they finally kind of figured out it was due to these telomeres, but this didn't really exist before. So I think as the first known patient with this issue, he gets to name it. So by calling into the H3 podcast, he was looking to name this issue, and it has been decided that it will be called Ligma, Ligma. So, just, from what I know of our community at Mark's Twitch, we actually have a real Ligma now, finally, to use as a basis for all the jokes. So, coming soon is Ligma, the genetic disorder.
I don't think that's going to be the case. What also is interesting, the reason I know what telomeres are, the end cap of the chromosomes, is because I heard this study where they studied parents who basically do parenting twice, meaning they have their kids, then their kids have kids, and those kids fuck off. So you're technically a grandparent, but you're parenting again.
Yep.
And they saw that those people specifically rapidly age and rapidly lose length off of their telomere. They deteriorate much faster than the average person. I always thought that study was very interesting and totally understand it. Totally can get it.
Yeah, I feel like I would assume it definitely has to do with like
Stress.
Very extended lengthened cortisol levels, right?
Yeah.
From rearing a child more than once for an extended period. Yeah, it will take years off your life as a parent. I'm already figuring that out. Locked in on that. Yeah, I think. I mean, if you have like the very first case, I mean, and they're giving you some sort of free reign for naming this thing, I respect the effort. I think like if you're an internet person, it's almost your due diligence to drop it as Ligma, no?
Apparently, the top suggestions included Ligma, Bofa, Shrek Swamp Disease, Benjamin Button Cancer Disease, which they called BBC, Super AIDS, Cancer 2, and Fupus.
I like Fupus. Fupus is fire.
Fupus is pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that too. I am a fan.
Oh, shit. Oh, gosh. That one you can like, for those not in the know, that can actually make it on the medical board, and they can actually like vote that one in.
Yeah.
Ligma, it's like that one's a little easier to understand. It's a troll. Fupus is freaking hilarious.
You don't think they're writing Super AIDS on the board?
I also just like
Cancer 2.
Cancer 2 is good as well, but
it's definitely funny.
Fupus is. I would have voted for Fupus for sure.
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna use that one on people. Like, I got to, dude. Actually, I'll
be honest, you might have some novel diseases. You might actually be in the running for some of this. This is good.
Right. I liked Ethan Klein way back in the day. Not so much anymore, but this is a point. I'll put one on the board for him. If I'm gonna steal Fupus, I'll give him credit for hosting the arena that brought Fupus into the thing.
All right. Good stuff.
Lupus.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, we'll see if it gets. I don't think it's gonna get.
I would
named
like to see
Ligma.
Ligma in a medical journal. I think whether or not that happens to be seen.
Yeah. All right, Abe. What else we got?
All right, I got some breaking fast food updates. These two are very interesting. One of them I think is big, and the other one is just weird and interesting. But the first of which is that after a long hiatus, which happened back in, I believe, 2016, these went away. McDonald's is bringing back the snack wrap.
Wow.
So the snack wrap, which was basically just a fried chicken tender with some lettuce.
Yep.
I believe they would put some mayo on there.
Yes, they would.
Cheese, and all wrapped in a tortilla. Yep. Typically a $1 menu item. Very, very, very popular.
Mm-hmm.
I believe though that they rid their complete food line of the chicken select tenders. And that's kind of why this
did they really?
take a little bit longer to prep. Yeah, they don't have the chicken select tenders either. This happened back in 2016. So it was just announced that this year they're coming back probably about the October-ish time frame of 2025.
You know what, dude? Respect to you for calling it a chicken select tenders, because for those who don't know, McDonald's has a chicken sandwich, right? Markstrom, you know the chicken sandwich, right?
Sure.
What's it called?
Oh, they've named it something different though. It's like a McCrispy or some shit now.
The McChicken is one, but that's your freaking like, I don't even know what meat that is.
It's a $1 menu version, yeah.
And then they had the chicken select sandwich, and that shit was actually kind of fire, dude. Put next to a Chick-fil-A sandwich and a Popeye sandwich, it's definitely third, but it's
breaded?
still good. It's
I
breaded,
feel like
it's
the
crispy.
only chicken sandwich I ever got was a grilled one from.
Yeah, that's not a McChicken.
They have a new line of
grilled
chicken sandwiches too.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever gotten. I think from either a Mickey D's or a Burger King.
Yeah, they got
the McChicken was basically just the fillet of fish without it was mayo and chicken instead of
and it was like the hot dog of chicken.
Yeah,
you know, it wasn't.
It was bad.
I mean, I'll eat one.
Yeah, I got low food standards too, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've eaten them; they're not terrible. But the chicken select,
that was nice.
That was their correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's those strips that come on the.
Correct.
Okay.
You know, it's those done into tenders. So the chicken select sandwich, I believe, is like more of a, not really a patty because it is like a whole piece of chicken.
Yeah.
It's a breast. It's a fillet. It's a breast.
Yeah, it's like a whole breast. The sandwich. Yeah. This is just going to be cut into tenders.
Cool. That's fine.
Yes. This is. Yes. But here's the thing.
What's the thing?
It was never not like it wasn't when you got a snack wrap. It wasn't busting out of the seams like that, dude.
Oh, so you got a nice little image?
They never look like this.
No,
they never look like they do in the ads.
And that's good. Look at the breast. You could see the white meat. Like that's a good piece of chicken.
Yeah.
You didn't get the select chicken. Like maybe you did, but it wasn't. But it was $1. You know, like I'll take it.
Well, guys,
is this going to be $1?
Hell no, it's not. You out of your mind?
There's no way.
No shot. It's going to be $7.
Get the heck out of here. There's no way.
Welcome to the world.
No.
Bad out there, dude. No. Don't go outside.
Nope.
Hey, I mean, from like the perspective of the internet, this is like #1 request in fast food for who knows how long, a decade, right? So
really,
yeah, bro. It's just like this is what people want. This is what people want. It's all they want. I don't know. It's crazy.
Bro,
can you give me a picture of a KFC snacker, please?
Yes, very, very similar. Because the KFC snacker was one that me and my friends would eat a lot back in the day.
Absolutely, they have a similar thing now, but the snacker.
The snacker was a seeded roll.
Yes,
it was not a
understood.
The
I like a little seeded roll.
Oh, I know what the snacker was.
I'm gonna get a better one too.
That's a snacker, bro. Now they have the chicken littles. It's like the snacker was absolutely fire, and
this is KFC.
I feel like I feel like they were like $1 something too.
They were also a $1 menu. I thought back in the day, you know, Abe and his crew did not eat anything on the dollar menu at these places. Dude. We were dead broke. If it was on the dollar menu, it was up for grabs though.
Bro, these were fire. And they still have, Chicken Littles now, but they ain't the same thing, man. They ain't the same thing.
Yeah. Just the plain one of these though, with just like not all the barbecue sauce and all that crap on there, just the plain one was the best. And the buffalo one was pretty good too.
So the snack wrap in the darkest depths of the internet, this is the snack wrap is what they want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, this is it, dude. This is their holy grail of bring it back. I don't know what to tell you. They're about it. I mean, I'm not a huge fast food guy. I'd probably have gotten this before, like back in the day, but nothing about it made me like stick in my memory. Like, oh my God, we need this back.
No.
So.
No, like it's good. Like I'll go get one, but this ain't shit, dude. It's a snack wrap. Yeah. I didn't even know they disappeared. And they're not going to get
similar to this for lunch all the time at my house myself. I have like the tortillas. I'll throw like one of the Just Bear chicken tendies, by the way, great brand. I love the Just Bear ones, right? Air fryer, throw that. Make these myself all the time. This is not for nothing, but there's nothing like grabbing something like this for a quick lunch. I would definitely
hear you. I hear you. Here, speaking of chicken, for the first time in my life, I marinated chicken for 4 hours.
Wow.
I did 2 tablespoons of curry, a little bit of cumin, knock, cumin, paprika, chili powder, coconut milk, and something else. I marinated it for 4 hours, cooked it. So good, dude. I don't know why. I don't know why for so long I just cooked bear chicken, rubbery bear chicken, and thought
as it turns out, seasoning your meat's nice, dude.
Dude, so good. It reminds me of the halal truck. Me and Mark go to Philly and grab some chicken halal, dude.
Oh yeah.
My God. So good, dude. They must marinate that for days, though. That thing is like red. That chicken is like red all the way through. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Pretty tasty. You're killing me right now. Just for the record.
I know.
I'm so hungry. I'm glad that Abe keeps the fast food section towards the end.
Is there any more of the fast foods?
Yeah, well, this is there's one. This is a wild one, but and I'll bring it up over here. But KFC has partnered with a company called High Smile to produce two products. The first of which is just a KFC branded toothbrush, and the other is fried chicken flavored toothpaste. This stuff is already sold out. You cannot get the toothpaste currently because it's already all gone.
Oh darn!
But they do have these custom branded toothbrush for the KFC with the kernel on it and everything as well to go along with their fried chicken flavored toothpaste.
Yeah, that's not okay, man. I'm gonna be honest. That's just not okay. I really am upset by that.
I mean, they did it. They got us talking about it.
I'm not hungry anymore. Shout out them.
I'm pretty sure that's the flavor of my dog's toothpaste. The toothpaste I have for the dogs. I'm pretty sure it's chicken.
Yeah.
How many do you think they actually made though?
That's a great question.
They probably didn't make that much. It's probably
6 of them.
Publicity
nah,
thing.
guys.
6.
We're sold out. Flying off the shelf.
One of these companies went out of business. One of these Invisalign companies. Was it Invisalign specifically, or was it Direct? Smile Direct?
Probably not Invisalign. I feel like they're kind of the GOAT.
I thought that too. They were the first.
Smile Direct ceased operations in 2023 September. Filed for bankruptcy due to $900 million in debt.
Unlucky.
$900 million in debt.
Sometimes you're $900 million in debt, dude.
That's a lot of debt.
Who let you get that deep in debt?
Good question.
That's you know what that is? That's big braces going after the Invisalign
orthodontics
folks.
Everywhere.
Yeah, big orthodontics.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Straight tooth mafia going after these guys.
How much is the toothbrush?
The toothbrush itself, I believe, is like $50. If you hit shop now, you can't. Yeah, it's $60 for the toothbrush. Of course. But like I said, Does not currently include the toothpaste because the toothpaste is sold out.
Yeah, 47 cents landed from Taiwan. There's just no way, dude. That's crazy.
And I mean, this is just an electric
$50, dude.
It's just an electric toothbrush with a KFC logo on it. That's all.
Welcome to the world of products. It's a wonderful world. It might be a High Smile specific toothbrush. Like, do they sell
it is a High Smile electric toothbrush. So I don't know if that's worth $60.
Go to the shop. Go to the shop right now.
Yeah.
And
what do you want to look for?
Go for a toothbrush. They don't. No, see, they don't have any toothbrushes.
Just see their best. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Their best sellers. There's another one. The Simpsons.
Yep. Okay.
Also $60.
Yeah.
It's funny that an electric toothbrush company has gone the route of franchising like different. That's not the right word. There's a word for it. Licensing. Yeah. Like that feels very weird. No.
It is, but that's the world we live in to get marketing, to get eyes, to get.
Who wants a toothpaste or a toothbrush?
This is also, it's just yellow. The Simpsons one is just yellow and says The Simpsons.
So was the KFC one. It was just red and had the Colonel on it.
Well, at least it's an image. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's just lettering. The Simpsons.
That is wild.
Well, that's their logo. That's literally their logo. It says The Simpsons.
It's true.
KFC's logo is the Colonel. But here's the thing. Don't buy the purple toothpaste. Okay.
Yep.
Run that one back. Don't buy the purple toothpaste, folks.
Oh, yeah.
It's a scam.
Shit's so stupid.
It's a scam.
Yeah.
For sure it's a scam. I'm not saying this company's a scam, but the purple's the opposite of yellow on the spectrum. It cancels out and makes white. Bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
That's a very hard ad to scroll past every time.
I know.
It's
because everyone wants whiter teeth.
And you know what?
Like,
if you want whiter teeth, brush your teeth regularly with whitening toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's really all it takes.
I hate brushing though, dude.
You know what? Just get veneers.
I hate brushing. Okay. All right, that's fine. All right. I can't even argue with that. At least you know yourself, bro. That's good. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Also, I have to call out real quick from the live chat, Archangel saying, cannot wait for some KFC Zins, baby.
Yeah. Little dog in the crate from KFC.
Dog in the crate.
Chicken in the crate.
That's the interesting thing, because you don't want to savor a chicken flavor.
No.
You don't want that.
You
want to get the chicken flavor quick and you eat it and you enjoy it. You don't
want to wash it down with an ice cold DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Zin is something that's in there for about 30 minutes, an hour.
Yeah.
I don't think
maybe you
trying to suck a chicken leg for an hour.
No.
That's why you go to the Renfest.
Renfest or the Ren Fair?
Whatever. Both called.
Either or.
A little
bit of A, a little bit of B.
Yeah.
Never been. Want to go.
They're great.
I've been to the other one, Medieval Times. Not even close though. No, not really. It's one building where I went, Medieval Times. The Renaissance Fair is like.
You mean like the stadium seating with like the show in the middle and you eat the food?
Yep.
It's a fun time though.
It's a fun time.
But yeah.
Very fun time. You get your mutton. You get to watch fake jousting.
It's good.
Great.
Yeah, you get that at the other place, but yeah, there's a lot more to it. It's good. We went to one like maybe like a year ago. Year and a half.
Really?
It's good. Yeah.
I would LARP the whole time. I would just get in character.
You're just trying to lightning ball people?
Yeah. Lightning bolt.
No.
Lightning bolt.
Oh yeah. No, I but dead serious. Like I would just be in character the whole time at a place like that. I would love that.
Sir Slim.
Yep. There you go. Maybe I might not even be knighted.
I'm pretty sure it's Sir Slick Willie.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be good.
What's the I mean, it's got to be the time period. People don't go out of the time period because that would throw off the lore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would definitely be in character. That'd be. I want to go. I want to go to one.
They're a good time.
I'm gonna go to one.
They got some nice bevs.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Some good food. Nice bevs. Good entertainment. A lot of fun shows. A lot of people yapping. Some good. Some like artist alley type juice. You know what I mean? I bought me a little a tapestry when I was there.
Did you?
Yeah, it's got a raven on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Got
very
for the
nice.
studio. It's dope.
Very nice.
You find one around here, Slow. Maybe I'll go as your squire. It's not that far from you, so.
Okay.
That'd be good.
You have to. It's like multiple days, right? You camp out.
Sometimes some are like festival type like that.
That's the one near us. Is a festival.
Oh really?
type.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do that. I want to get all decked out and just be in character.
Oh.
All right. Well, I think we got time for one more, folks. One more.
All right.
What do you say?
Well, usually I don't read off the stuff I read on the sheet, but I was really proud of this one. So this last article I dubbed Dark Horse for Astronaut of the Year, Katy Perry, because Katy Perry, as well as the rest of an all-female crew, including the wife of Jeff Bezos, they're going into space on a Blue Origin rocket. So we're starting to see more and more of these kind of civilian manned space journeys. And this one includes Katy Perry. So, once again, Marsham Channel favorite, Katy Perry, blasting off into space. I could not confirm if Juicy J is going with her.
Huh.
I'll be honest, I didn't see anything about this.
Nah, me neither. And I'm also going to ask, did they go to space or did they just go up to the atmosphere, wherever that
So I believe they go into the atmosphere.
Okay, well then don't fucking say they went to space, okay?
So they travel to the edge of space where they experience a brief period of weightlessness before returning to Earth in a flight lasting around 11 minutes.
Okay. See, Reuters, someone's got to fact check Reuters. How about that? How about that, guys? Get it straight. Because I know this because Elon came at him one time where he finally made it to space, and Elon was like, "Congrats on your first time into space," because he used to claim he would go to space before he actually went.
Yeah, I don't really understand the point of the celebrity thing. Is it like supposed to be like marketing for like selling rides to space?
Yes, of course it is.
Well, when are they actually doing that? Because I don't think they're doing that yet.
Yeah, you can. Virgin guy does it, and I think
Blue Origin is the name of this. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's check.
Interesting. What's it cost?
I think Blue Origin does it already, and I think Virgin's been selling it.
Okay. What's it cost?
Blue Origin does not publicly list their ticket prices, but a refundable deposit of $150,000 is required to initiate the order process. The cost of a full seat is likely in the millions, as evidenced by a seat on the first crew flight being auctioned
Rich people. Rich people get to go to space. Yeah.
Correct. It's not really out to the public quite yet, it seems. You still need about 28 milli to get one off the auction.
Or you need to be a public
celebrity
figure,
that.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Dude Perfect did that whole.
This also marked the first all-female space crew in more than 60 years, which is another reason they did it for a little bit of publicity.
I
But
see.
it's not space. But it wasn't space.
We I mean, that's really why I stream, right? To get that level of celebrity that I can go to space for free.
Yeah.
So that could be cool.
Yeah, but it wasn't space though.
Matter of time. I'd like to go to fake space.
I want to go.
I mean, I'll take fake space.
I have no interest in actually. I just don't get it.
No,
I don't get the appeal. I don't.
No.
I mean, like,
I liken this to like the people that went to the Titanic and the sub imploded.
Yeah.
Like you're rich, you're famous. Why try to go to space and die? Just let everybody else figure this out.
Because you've done it all already.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get that to an extent. It's just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm all about like exploration and pushing the limits of space. Like,
yeah.
But leave it to the astronauts. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Leave it to the astronauts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I mean, like how profitable can it be? I mean, I guess if you sell it for that much money, I guess if once you got the juice, especially when it comes to reclaiming the resources from a launch and all that good stuff, and that as soon as you're able to do that, I guess the profit margin does explode. I
don't think they're there though. I think Elon's the only one that's almost to a fully reusable rocket system.
Yeah.
But I would go on the Vomit Comet. The plane it's a plane that just goes like this a bunch of times. Big ups, big drops. And you get to experience zero gravity for like 15 seconds at a time, every time, without going to space. I would definitely like to go on that for sure. I would love that. Yeah.
I don't even go on the Gravitron. I'm not going on the Vomit Comet. That's crazy,
best, bro.
I hate the Gravitron.
We're like this.
Yeah, I hate that thing.
Think Gravitron's nice, bro.
I like a roller coaster. I'm pretty good there.
Like
Yeah.
roller as well.
Yeah, roller coasters are nice. That's about as much as like I'm willing to get myself into. I need thousands of people to go through it a day. Like mostly okay.
I get you.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you wouldn't have wanted to go on the rat race in Wildwood. People were falling off that all the time. I don't know how that was. I don't know how that kept going.
I'm pretty sure it is closed now. Was it Maurice Pier?
Been closed, yeah. And rat race, the carts would be falling off all the time, and I'd come back the next year. I'd be like, "Holy crap, that ride is still going!" Wow. Wildwood theme parks, not like Six Flags and the other. The budget's
is it a moving place or no?
No, it's the boardwalk.
Yeah, I get not going to like a moving carnival for sure. Because like they break that shit down and then they rebuild it. There's no way they're like that. They're screwing things up every time.
Yeah,
every time.
That's crazy, dude. Every time I put this together, I find an extra bolt.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was Maurice Pier, Slum.
Put it in the pile. It's fine. Yeah.
That's also
find a place for it.
Did I, real quick, before we wrap this up, did I talk to you about how me and Trish's new thing is like going to the circus when they come around?
Circus is... I also don't really get the circus. What's your appeal on the circus side?
I liked it, man, because they get to do wild shit. That's their job.
The regular one, or
I just go in there.
Are we talking like Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers?
Yeah,
they're all the same shit. They just do it with a higher budget, probably. But they all got the same standing on the rings and throwing the knives and doing all. They all do the same shit. But I just go in there and I'm so curious. I have like, how does it work? So there's this guy.
Why am I so attracted to this bearded lady?
No, but there was a strong woman there.
Nice.
And she was pretty strong.
I bet she was.
There's a guy. It's like just imagine the center and imagine two ends coming off of it and then two rings, and it spins around, and you stand on top of one of the rings and it goes around and around. And this was like his thing. This guy in the circus, this was his act. And I'm wondering, I'm like, does a circus think they want that act and then they have to find someone that's been practicing for a while doing that act? Or like, how does it work? How do they decide what acts they want, who's doing them? Because these people were so good at their one thing, they're not interchangeable. No. It's like they do one thing and they get the best at that. So I'm like,
I think a lot of it is like familial tricks get passed down and like learned as you like get raised by your family. I think like carny families are carny families to an extent. And so like you train with a group and you get good at the thing and then you kind of pass it down, or you transfer it to new people who come in who are interested and capable. But yeah, it's definitely like a specialization of labor kind of thing for sure.
Yeah.
Like whatever your thing is, you just kind of double down and make sure it's hitting.
Dude, circus is fun, man. Let's go to a circus.
I like the novel experience. I understand it from like a novel experience side of things. I've been, it's okay.
I think I was meant to be in a circus. I think that's why that's why. So I look at him like I could do that.
I've seen, listen, when I get to enjoy the stylings of, like auctioneer Slick Johnson, I think to myself, this guy could be in a circus. So you know what? I co-sign your vibe.
Appreciate that.
You passed the circus vibe check. I don't know if that's what you want to hear, but that's what I'm saying.
We call you the bottomless pit, and it's just you crushing like Wendy's nugs, and it's like he's just like a giant mukbang act or something.
I mean, that is this guy. It's more very low overhead attraction.
Yeah.
Until you need quadruple bypass, but until then, for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, we'll start a GoFundMe or something.
All right, boys. Well, what do you say, dude? Let's wrap this thing up. Markstrom, welcome back.
Good to be back.
What new is coming up, though? Anything crazy coming up?
Well, I do have some crazy stuff coming up, but it's a secret. Can't talk about it yet.
Oh,
but
gosh.
it's, just a little teaser McGeezer for the boys. But brand new game that I'm really stoked on. We played it a little bit. It's called Blueprints, which is a bit of a double entendre. It's PRINCE, but it's blueprints because you are building. Basically, you are an heir to a huge estate that's passed down to you, but you only get it if you find the 49th room in a 48-room mansion. And you have to, it's a roguelike puzzle game, and you have to maneuver your way to the end. And it is very hard, and you learn new things, and there's new mechanics that get introduced, and yeah, it's really fun. And when you fail, you kind of go back to the beginning, like in typical roguelike fashion. So we're definitely going to be playing more of that, intertwined with some DayZ. Still enjoying this DayZ quite a bit. The PlayZ servers are back, which is really exciting, which is like the super hardcore RPG-based mechanic servers, which are very fun. Your actions matter quite a bit during those experiences, which really enhances the experience. And yeah, man, I think we'll probably get a little community time in. Friday is this Friday coming up is Free Sub Friday. So it's a good time to come by the channel, especially if you're not subscribed. Make sure you catch a little gifted across the chin and enjoy a month of ad-free entertainment at twitch.tv/Markstrom.
Yeah, I don't know how they can have a 49th room in 48
Gotta find
rooms.
the secret.
That's interesting.
It is.
Abe, how about you, dude? What else?
Well, as always, I'll be trying my best to moderate the stream over at twitch.tv/Markstrom. Fair warning, 2 weeks from now, I am on vacation. It is an vacation. I've pre-warned everybody about this, but I will not be available. I will be in another country, a tropical island known as St. Lucia. So I will not be around for that one.
Very nice.
2 weeks.
That's what I got coming up. 2 weeks.
The 30th.
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
So that's what's going on my side.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you get to take a vacation. What's that? 5 on the year so far?
It would be one.
First quarter. That's crazy, dude.
That would be number one of this year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the new games you got coming up and the new stuff you got. Also, PAX is coming up, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Very excited for PAX.
Exciting.
That's May 8th is the start of PAX. I'll be flying in that morning and getting after it through Monday. If you're in the area, want to come say hi, shoot me a message. We'll link up, have a bev, hang out, be good.
I wish I was able to go, but I am having a child soon.
That'll get you every time.
So yeah, that's my future. I am excited about it though, but would you kindly, those listeners out there right now, would you kindly hit the subscribe button on our YouTube page? Right there where you're watching right now, there's a subscribe button. Hit that thing. I appreciate that. You guys have been hitting it because we have been going up. So I am noticing. Thank you very much. It truly does help. And you know what also helps is when you share the podcast with your friends, with the people in your DMs, with your mom, your dad, your aunt, and your uncle, the fish in the fishbowl, and the dog on the couch, it truly does help because they might pop in and they might hear about Markstrom not wanting to go to space, and they might be like, I think I might want to go to space. Why would Markstrom not want to go to space? And they might be intrigued, and they might listen, and they might follow and subscribe. And everyone listening truly does help. So we do appreciate you for doing that. We do this podcast every Wednesday, unless Markstrom has a baby, Abe goes on vacation, like he just said he's going to. And now, if I have a baby too, when I have a baby, we have a great time doing it. And we want to spread that great time with as many people as we can. So without further ado, this has been another wonderful episode of the Plugged Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.